Welcome back to part 2 of how to go ahead and use bands to build strength and muscle. Alright, we're going to go ahead now and talk about another key factor in helping build strength and muscle using bands. And that key factor is engaging your trunk. Yeah, see, our trunk and the way our body is designed is to go ahead and everything funnels through our trunk. Yeah, our trunk is the key to going ahead and making primary muscles like our arms, our legs work harder. Seriously, it does. Here's why. The body is neurologically set up so that when we go to train and use our arms and our legs to function, our trunk has to be on board, assuming we're standing. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of times with resistance band training, I'm going ahead and training in standing. Why? Because I want my trunk involved. If my trunk is involved, the primary muscle that I'm training is going to have to work harder. It's going to get greater recruitment, and as a result of that, you're going to get more muscle to the party, which means you're going to build strength, and you're going to make that muscle have to work harder. If it works harder, it's going to have to adapt. And that's where we start developing strength and muscle. Let me take you through an example of what I mean on a very simple exercise in how you can go ahead and take your triceps, in this case, and really make them have to work hard. I've got a system set up over here. I've got a purple band and a black band. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work overhead tricep presses. Simple exercise, but maybe not, and maybe probably one of the best exercises to go ahead and work your triceps for strength and size. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the band and I'm going to hook my hands through the band. Now you can use handles if you want. I'm going to prefer just to go ahead and use the band like this. I'm going to take it over top. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stagger my feet. Now in this position right here, my trunk is engaged. Because my trunk is engaged, my triceps are going to have to work harder and they're going to contract more aggressively because my trunk is engaged. As compared to doing a kickback like this, my trunk is not engaged, and as a result of that, my triceps may not work nearly as hard. So if you're looking for strength and size, you want those muscles to have to really work hard. And here's the beauty of this. I can take this up and I can engage my trunk. But the key is, like we talked about in part 1, you have to have tension on the system at all times. As a result, I'm using a longer system that allows me to create more variability in the training, in the resistance, more variability in the resistance, so that I can go ahead and adjust as I need to. As an example, tricep press, I'm right here. Oh, I'm starting to get gassed. I'm going to step back a little bit and keep training. My trunk is still on board, and I was able to adjust the resistance just a little bit so I could squeeze out a few more repetitions. All right, so there's a key. Second key to building strength and muscle, you've got to have your trunk on board. All right, and that will happen very often anytime you're doing upper body training with an attached system, which is something you can't do with free weights. You can't attach a dumbbell and do horizontal vector training, but you can with bands. So guys, there you go. Get your trunk on board and then work your primary muscle. If you do that, you're going to see some very nice changes in that muscle structure, and both from a strength standpoint and from a muscle growth standpoint, if you're loading it with aggressive as a resistance and you're keeping tension on it, but most importantly, you're keeping your trunk engaged.